Hello everyone, welcome to another video on my channel. It's me, Gugan Reader from the 7th Division on YouTube. And today is a tank review, the Excelsior British Tier 5 Premium Tank. You can buy it now for sale for the next 2 days. And yeah, I compared all those tanks and I found out this tank probably fits my playstyle the most. And I mean, it's 50%, so it's instead of 2,400, it's 1,200. This is just crazy, amazing, good deal. And yeah, I compared it. So the Churchill has weak turret, general weak. It's weak. All had very weak armor. So I wanted to have a heavy tanks, good firepower, gun depression, and good armor. And the Excelsior was basically fitting for everything. So yeah, it has same DPM as most of the tier 5 premium tanks. So the Churchill 3 has 1530 DPM, and this one too, and so does the Excelsior. But one thing it has the most is armor. So I thought like it has got same DPM but better armor and it is faster. So why should I buy these other two heavy tanks? And first you need to know one thing. So turret and how they are pennable. So there are especially tank destroyers. They're gonna pen you easily. Like this one. There you go. Such a high penetration, so it's your armor is crap. It's gonna bounce anything for tank destroyers sometimes. But some heavy tanks and all mediums and all light tanks, they will struggle penetrating you. And if you're angled correctly, also some tank destroyers and heavy tanks are gonna struggle to pen you. And the positive thing about this is you also have turret, sides, and rear, high armor values, and hull. The rear is so good, it's so strongly armored that I'm gonna show you a replay where I bounced so many shots with my rear. So people shot there and they didn't penetrate, and it was stunning because basically this saved me the game because my engine is based here, and if you can't get penned there, you're safe. You're completely safe. You're gonna bounce so many shots there. One thing you can't do is side scraping because of your turret. It is in somewhere in the middle, but mainly in the front, and your sides are completely crap. You can't bounce anything with those sides. I mean, yeah, you can angle it. Like in this angle, you can bounce. It's especially important for your front because then it has higher angle. But when you're hit like this, an enemy is probably gonna hit you, and this, of course, too. So don't show your sides or just a little. Now, one thing I was very surprised is the speed. The speed is so good. 30 kilometers an hour. This is just so good. Like, you're so fast, you can go up to 40 kilometers an hour average speed. So you can totally compete with the crop. You're so fast. So you're not gonna struggle. So, speed of medium tanks. Fire reload time is very good. Penetration, awesome. Damage, so good. Aim time, it's a tier 5 British heavy tank. They all have a pretty high aim time. Dispersion is okay, and then the gun depression. The gun depression is just gorgeous. 13 degrees, that's so insane. 13 degrees is the best for tier 5 heavy tanks. And I think it's the best for tier 5 tanks in general. Now, elevation angle is quite good too. Now, but one thing I have to say is the gun depression, you are gonna have to put your gun in this hole. You see it below the gun. There is this one hole where your gun basically sticks then. But if an enemy is moving then or going up, your gun can't go smooth to this area where your machine gun is. You know, your gun is gonna get out of those hole too. Um, I don't know how, but somehow the gun is moving in those turret. It's moving, and that's why you have sometimes problems with your gun, because your gun is jumping into this hole and sometimes out of this hole when you're using your 13 degrees of gun depression. But that's not very often gonna happen. Elevation is very, very good. Top speed 39 kilometers an hour. This is so good. This is so good. And terrain crossing capacity is quite good too. So strong engine, good gun, good turret, good armor. What else do you want? And then I can show you a very good replay. Kolobanov Meadow Ace. So here are my stats with this tank. Ace, first class, second class, 6 times class, third class, 3 times high caliber, Kolobanov, and 1 times Top Gun. They're just crazy stats. So you are gonna do a lot of damage. A lot. And yeah, let's go to the replay. So I played the tank exactly how you should play it. You should play it like that. So you're now top tier. Actually, I did a little mistake, because most of the times I go with the medium tanks or light tanks because they have no chance of penning me. But this time I just wanted to try it out because, you know, B1, very weak heavy tank, so I can pen it so easily with my my good gun. KV1, yeah, it's quite good, but in the games before I also knew that KV1 is somehow struggling to pen me if I'm angled correctly. So I waited quite some time because I wanted to see where my team is going. So there is the STR V and 25 over there at the front. And now I spotted some enemies. I really spotted them. And there we go. First shot on this tank, and we bounced. We just bounced because our angle was so good. So we basically did 160 damage, almost 171. And we took 0 damage. And there we go, another bounce. Another bounce. Now, I was trying to finish the SU-85L. But of course I wanted to play careful because of course I know there's the SP1. And I don't know how much firepower it has. So I just stood there and I waited. I waited for that SU-85L to drop out and that I can take a shot on him. But the tank doesn't shoot me. So I tried to spot where the B1 is, and I seen he's camping there. And there we go. We penned another one. Yeah, British guns. You have to close your how can I say it's your scope. You have to really make it close, because otherwise you're not gonna pen that much. Or you're not gonna hit. So I tried to aim. The SU-85 got really unlucky now. There it got lucky, but now it did a huge mistake. So it tries to go up there and tries to hit the KV1, but I just completely wreck him. With my DPM, I'm gonna completely smash him. And now we're on 451 damage done and on 560 damage bounced. And we do another shot and we bounce one more shot. So this is so good. Now I do hit these tracks, but I sadly don't pen more. Now there's this T-34, another bounce. We bounced more shots than damage we've done. And now you can see it's a 2 versus 5, and basically I knew my tank is so good and it has reliable armor, so I knew I was probably gonna win this. So I wasn't desperate because I knew I'm probably gonna win this because I have great armor and good gun. And yeah, there are 3 enemies pretty low. And so there we go. The T-34 is attacking me. I mean, I'm gonna wait. So I don't want to move that much because I know there's this KV-1 and there is this B-1. So I don't want to get shot by them for them both. There's the T-34 and there he goes. And this was basically the moment where I thought I'm gonna win this. So yep, there we bounce, and now we have positive ratio, then damage done and damage blocked, and you see we're on so many HP and we keep on bouncing. Like we almost bounced 200% of our HP, and this is just crazy. Now I know I gotta play careful because there's still this KV-1 and there's this B-1, and if they're all attacking me together, I have no chance. Now, I got lucky because this Panzer 5-4 did a very bad job. So it just camped over there, and so I knew, there, by the way, I hit him, so he's on a one-shot. But there are no, yeah, that she's not a good player because he should have engaged and they all should have attacked me together. Then they would have won. But now it's just easy game for me now. It's a B1 two-shot and a Panzer 5-4, but I have better armor. I have higher DPM. I'm just better in everything than them. Now I keep on bouncing, and that is the reason why I win. Now I do high roll a bit. And there we go. Now, he's a two-shot, and I do take this shot, and I do get 200, I do take 220 damage, but I have so many HP left, so it's not a problem. And this was the moment where I knew I won a 4 versus 1. And we end up on 2001 damage and on 1550 damage bounced. Now this is of course a mastery. Top Gun, because we basically just striked out the 4 players. High Caliber, Radley Waters medal, Kolobanov, blocked, damage cost, kills. I basically knew this was it. Now, one thing, I ended up at 2001 damage at the end of the replay, but there's just 1998. I don't know how they count this. Okay, but here basically we done half of the damage almost of they done damage, the enemies. And this is just crazy. And we almost done there half of the damage, so I basically just carried my whole team. I mean, this B1 just completely messed up. 56 battles, total bad player. That M7 messed up too. That KV1 was such bad player. They all messed up. They were all so bad. So with them, I would have never won the game. But yeah. Exelsior is probably the best friend for players who want good armor, firepower, and mobility all together. It's just crazy. Crazy good tank. I totally love this tank. And you see, it's just great. Just great, so all I would say it's a great tank. And especially with the Demon Soul camouflage, it looks so great, and it's such a good deal because all in all you get a tank with a very nice camo for less than 1400 gold. So for everybody who has gold, I'm just gonna tell you, go buy this tank, you're gonna have fun with it, and bye bye.